Right, good morning everyone to Week in Review number 8. This is actually my second video for this morning. So this week I have started work on the new Croquet Australia website, and I did a demo of the first iteration, and it's available. The demo is available on YouTube with the link below in the comments. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this project. It's going to be fun. I'll be working with Susan from Croquet Australia, and we get on very well. And so, as I said, looking forward to it. I'm glad that it got going this week. Took a longer to set up the groundwork for the website, but it always does take some time to get things configured correctly, everything at the start of the project. But that's done now, so hopefully things will move along quickly from here. I've mentioned several times now in these reviews of potential work for a client in the US. That's looking a little bit shaky at the moment. There seems to be a funding issue. Anyway, I've sent another email back this morning. Yeah, got my fingers crossed that it will come out. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. Less confident that it will come through. But nonetheless, if it doesn't, that's fine. I'll move on and work on the things that I originally chose to work on of developed products, as opposed to doing custom contract work. So hopefully I'll know more this time next week, one way or the other. I hope to have a definite answer. Okay. Yeah, sorry, a bit slow this morning. It's Friday. I still do get quite tired, and it's been a long week working on the Croquet Australia site. So I'll try and pep myself up a little bit for the rest of this video. But okay, so moving on. So along with this tiredness and recent podcasts that I've listened to, etc., next week I'm going to trial a bit of a new way of working. My previous thought had been, well, I'm awake. I'm most alert at the beginning of the day, and in the past I thought, well, I'll get into the coding straight away while I'm fresh and everything. The thing is that I then end up putting off I just never get around to doing the more administrative things of running a business. And so I've decided what I'm going to do is dedicate the first hour of each day to non-coding activity. Yeah, so that will mean that I do administrative work first up. There's slight hesitation in using this system. It could mean that I lie in bed going, oh, I don't want to get up to do that. But yeah, really, once I wake up, I do want to get out of bed and start moving. So hopefully that won't be a problem. Hopefully I will continue to get out of bed and do this administrative work for an hour first up each day. And by administrative, I mean all sorts of things. It could be paying bills, etc. But most of the time will be used developing ideas on new products to write, doing research on those products, things like that. So developing the business overall. Then I'm going to do a couple of hours of coding. And that's what I really love doing. So if I start to flag in the third hour, then so be it. I'm still doing what I want to do, so I should be I expect to be motivated enough to continue on. And so I plan to do all that and have it completed by the time that Nikki needs to go to work. And then I'll go for an hour's bike ride. I saw my doctor this week, and I begged her to be allowed to resume riding my bike. The orthopedic surgeon had said the 2nd of May, and I'm going nuts. I want to get out there, and my blood glucose readings have been terrible, so I need to exercise. And so we agreed that I could go riding on known smooth surfaces. So in the beginning, I'll ride around the east side of Lake Burley Griffin. That's a really nice, easy bike track to start with, and it's nice and smooth and flat. So I'm not going to get any jarring through my arm. That was the concern the orthopedic surgeon had, was that if I hit a steady pothole, that could vertebrate up my arm and break the elbow again. So fortunately, my GP says, no, look, it's worth that risk, that known risk. So I'll be off for a ride on Sunday morning, just a really quiet one, and then every weekday, I plan to go for an hour's ride. So coming back to my new daily system, so the first 4 hours of my day have been taken up. I'll then take a long break, in other words, a nap and watching television for a few hours. I still need that time for the brain to recuperate, and then hopefully after that break, and after lunch, etc., I will have enough energy and motivation to do up to another 2 hours of coding. But I'm going to limit myself to 2 hours, because I have been finding that I've been stretching myself too far, and I get brain dead, like you can see in this video now. I get much worse than what you're seeing now. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. So on the personal list, I've already mentioned that I'm now allowed to ride a bike. And the other thing on the personal list is the training of Casper. Has been interesting, to say the least. He's very stubborn. He will do things like climb on the back of my hand or climb on the piece of dowel that I've got when he wants to be brought up from the windowsill. His favourite spot in the lounge room is to get on the bottom windowsill and sit there and look outside. I don't know, whether it's other birds, whatever. But he just will spend hours down there, and I can put my hand down there, and he'll go, no, I don't want to come up now, and he won't come near my hand whatsoever. But when he's been down there for a few hours and he wants to get up, he hops on the back of my hand. So he's comfortable with me. But in each morning, I try and get him to do some work before he hops out of the cage, and he's just not interested. After a long chat to Mum yesterday about training, Mum's been training dogs for many years now, we came up with a thought of this long piece of dowel that I've got, putting a piece of millet spray on it and trying to coax him onto the piece of dowel, because the millet spray is there, because he loves millet spray. And so I did that for the first time this morning, and it was slow, but it seems as though it was successful. I got him, eventually he climbed on. It probably took him 15 minutes to realise. I kept pulling the millet further and further to the front door of the cage, and he'd go, no, that's far enough. But then eventually he got on, and I was able to let him out of the cage via the piece of towel. So that was a really good start. So thanks, Mum, for that talk yesterday. It really helped. So, you know, fingers crossed it keeps progressing. And Freddie's got the hopping on the finger and hopping off down pat before he's let out of the cage. So he's good on that front. So I've now started to try and teach him to allow me to pat him before he gets on the finger. And that only started the day before yesterday, and he's starting to get it. Freddie's always been very quick at training, but once he gets out of the cage, he wants nothing to do with me. All right, that's enough for this week. So yeah, tired. Okay, enough for this week. Have a good weekend, everyone, and I'll catch you next Friday.